All right, Miles, let's move on to the New England Patriots a little bit. Over the weekend, the Patriots made a very sneaky, really smart move that was set in motion maybe a week and a half or so ago that I think is a lot bigger than people realize. This is a Patriots team that always seems to make a lot of really smart decisions. Belichick is known for it. And I think this one right here that's kind of gone under the radar could be just another example of that.
Yeah, Nick. And, this Patriots team, there's been a lot of turnover on this roster the last couple of years, guys coming in, guys coming out. But what I want to know is through all of this turnover, there might be someone that left the team, maybe on good terms, maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? That's not the point of the question. The question is, though, who's somebody that's left the team that you kind of wish maybe was back on the Patriots? Is there the one that got away? Let us know in the comments below who's a guy that you would like to see back on the Patriots that has left. But, Nick, who have the Patriots recently gotten?
Yeah, so the very beginning of free agency, and we talked about at the time, the Patriots traded Jonnu Smith, the Atlanta Falcons. It freed up about $4 to $5 million in cap space. I forget the exact number, and they got a seventh-round draft pick in return. And at the time, we made a video talking about, and a lot of Patriots fans commented like, well, what are you talking about? That's really not that big of a move. It's not opening up a lot of opportunities for them. Well, I disagree, and the Patriots proved us right, Maya. So this is according to CBS Sports. The New England Patriots have a new tight end as they're signing former Miami Dolphins tight end Mike Gesicki, according to ESPN. Originally reported as a one-year deal worth up to $9 million, Gesicki's contract has a $4.5 million base salary with $3.5 million guaranteed, according to the Boston Globe. It also includes $4.5 million in performance incentives, which pushes the maximum to $9 million. All right, so basically he signed a $4.5 million contract with performance incentives that if he meets, he can work his way up to $9 million. And there's a list of incentives. If he makes one incentive, he gets another 100K. If he gets all 50, he gets up to $9 million. That's basically how it works. So let's revisit my. So they have Jonnu Smith, who was struggling, was not being very productive at all with the New England Patriots. They trade him to the Atlanta Falcons. They free up about $4 to $5 million in cap space this year. And what do they do less than a week later? They sign Gesicki, who is a much better, much more productive tight end, much better pass receiver, will fit exactly what Mac Jones is looking to, pairing with Hunter Henry and a lot of the other offensive weapons they have. And what do they sign him for, Miles? $4.5 million. So that's exactly what the Patriots do. And this is why they're so tough and so smart. They're able to ship off a guy who isn't working with the team and use that literal same bucket of money to upgrade that position with a better player. And in return, they got a seventh-round draft pick. Look, I know when you think of massive moves and everything that's going on in free agency and trades, this is not going to be the thing that just jumps across the headlines of NFL.com or ESPN or whatever. But it's these moves together, when you combine them with building a team that really matters in the long run. I think this is just another example of the Patriots just being really smart. Give me your thoughts on this move, Mize, and just everything with the Patriots right now.
Yeah, Nick, I love the Gesicki signing for two things. I think it helps the Patriots bolster something they really haven't had too much since Rob Gronkowski left. They have a big red zone threat at tight end. Again, Gesicki being 6'6", he has been very, very good in the red zone lately, and that's where New England used to thrive. It used to be their bread and butter. And having a weapon like this, I think paired with guys like Devontae Parker and Hunter Henry, they have a trio now of red zone threats that could come in and really make them dangerous. I don't think you can put a big guy on every one of those guys. It's not really possible. So one of them is going to create a mismatch, and you're going to be good in the red zone again. And the other thing, this is the quintessential Patriot signing. Bill probably went back to the high school annals, looked through all of the data, and found out that Mike Gesicki was a three-sport athlete in high school, superstar. He played volleyball, he played basketball, just like every other tight end in the NFL seems to have been a basketball star. He said he grew up loving Vince Carter, But Gesicki was not only a volleyball player, he was very good. He won a state championship, and he was the player of the year in high school in New Jersey for volleyball, somewhere that takes volleyball very, very, very competitively. So that just shows his overall athleticism. I think this is a very big signing for the Patriots, and it could pay off huge into the coming season.
Oh, 100%, especially when you brought up the fact that the Rob Gronkowski, even you go back to the two tight end era with Aaron Hernandez, that's what they tried to recreate with Jonnu Smith. It just wasn't a good fit, right? It doesn't mean that the Patriots or Jonnu Smith, neither of them, Smith wasn't a good player. Smith didn't have a lot of talent, or the Patriots didn't know how to use him. It just wasn't a good fit with the scheme and the roster. And of course, the quarterback and Mac Jones at the time. Sometimes you make these moves and they're just not good fits. I think Gesicki has a potential to be a much better fit because he's a pure route running, pass catching tight end. Jonnu Smith was kind of a freak athlete at tight end. Gesicki's a football player who can make plays at the tight end position. You brought up his basketball and volleyball background. This is a guy who can win jump balls in the red zone. He can run the routes, get open, and has the athleticism to make those plays. Right? He's a pure pass catching weapon tight end compared with Smith, who's more of just an athlete that you try and do a lot of things with. I remember the Patriots used to do speed sweeps with Jonnu Smith, right? I like a guy who's versatile, but if a tight end's running speed sweeps for you, that sometimes is a problem. That's not what you want him to be doing. So I really like the Gesicki hire from that perspective because it's a much better fit for the two tight end sets the Patriots like to do because they want to run the football, right? This is how the team wants to play. They want to at least be balanced, but they definitely want to focus on running the ball. They got a good set of running backs. Offensive line is solid. They made some decent moves to the offensive line group as well this offseason. So going forward, this will allow the Patriots to stick with this heavier personnel, two tight ends, two running backs, one wide receiver package, and keep with a guy like Gesicki on the field, keep another big time offensive threat. Or they can also go like 3-4 wide receiver packages, and Gesicki could be another tight end who's another receiving option in that package as well. So you get versatility and personnel groupings as well. Plus a guy who I think is a better fit for what Jones, O'Brien, and what the Patriots offense is looking for. So all in all, a great move and a great fit for the Patriots for the low price of only $4.5 million. And hey, guess what? If he hits all the incentives and it costs the Patriots $9 million, that means he became a superstar all-pro tight end this year. So the Patriots win that way too. So no matter how it works out this season, the Patriots came on top with this deal.